Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Guys, I wanted to bring you this post from Paul Barron. Now you're getting to the heart of what makes XRP's position so strategically fascinating, he says. It's created an inverse sentiment engine that actually amplifies its visibility and community engagement through opposition, which is very ironic, I gotta say, for those detractors. They don't want you to be interested in XRP, but you know, it's the Streisand effect. The more they talk about it, the more they say, don't look at XRP, the more it intrigues people to not only look into XRP, but invest in XRP. The dynamic you're describing is brilliant in its unintended consequences. When BTC maximalists or Ethereum advocates or Solana enthusiasts launch coordinated attacks on XRP, whether through genuine criticism or bot-amplified negativity, they're essentially providing free marketing fuel to one of crypto's most reactive communities. The XRP army doesn't just defend, they mobilize with intensity of a community under siege, creating engagement metrics that surpass even organic discussions on Bitcoin or Ethereum. And this is why the XRP community is so strong, and this is why we have such a great cryptocurrency. We track this in our MSI indicator in real time. So Paul Barron's company, I guess, or his organization has created this indicator, and it is a bizarre phenomenon I have only seen a few times in 20 years of data science. He continues by saying this creates a perverse incentive structure. Every negative thread about XRP generates 10 times the algorithmic engagement of a positive thread about Bitcoin. The attackers think they're suppressing XRP's narrative, but they're actually feeding its engagement beast. Twitter's algorithm doesn't distinguish between positive and negative engagement. It simply sees massive interaction volumes and amplifies accordingly, which usually results in exploration of XRP by new crypto investors. Hence, XRP ETF explosions, Gemini app exploding with the simple offer of an XRP skinned card. Next, expect XRP's DAT to explode. So he was also retweeting out Nate Gerassi's tweet. XRP currently the third largest crypto by asset market class. That is at approximately 180 billion, and it's larger than BlackRock, guys. If you didn't catch the video I did on that yesterday, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. The fact that we are seeing all this positive sentiment, and not just that, guys, the Gemini story too, as Paul Barron points out, Gemini surpassed the Coinbase app on the App Store, and it was on the same day that they released the XRP skinned card, the MasterCard that they just released. So is it a coincidence? I don't think so. I think it's all due to the XRP army being so enthusiastic about what is happening with our favorite cryptocurrency. And we should be happy. We should be excited. Why does the US government stockpile oil? And why they should actually be stockpiling digital assets? And, you know, to a degree, Donald Trump has already agreed to be very bullish on crypto and crypto policy. This is a clip of Chris Giancarlo, a former SEC chair and also known as Crypto Dad, talking about this specifically. Listen to this.
And in the United States, we stockpile oil because, as we saw in the 1970s, when people can't put gas in their car, they get pretty upset. So for internal domestic politics. But we do it for another reason that people don't think about as much. We do that defensively or maybe offensively to control global prices. The dollar is tied to the price of oil in global markets. And one of the reasons the United States stockpiles and reserves petroleum is not just so that we have it in a crisis to put in our cars, but so we can affect the global price. If the global price is going up, the United States will sell to put more product into the market to lower the price. So we use it to adjust global prices. And we've been doing this for a long time. The petroleum was actually, Congress authorized a reserve, which is why we call that a reserve, as opposed to just stockpiling, which means the United States just holds on to things it has. Now, the United States has large holdings of crypto because as part of regular law enforcement activity at the federal and the state level, law enforcement agents seize crypto all the time. It drove Trump crazy that during the Biden administration, Biden would basically routinely sell the crypto that was seized every few months.
Right, like one would a drug dealer's Lamborghini.
Exactly, and so they sold it.
Lamborghinis lose value when you drive off the lot, and so the Biden administration probably lost out on, I don't know if anyone made a calculation, but a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. So, so just not selling what we have is step number one. The question is, without congressional authorization for Trump to actually go out and buy crypto, how might we otherwise come into possession of it to add to that stockpile?
So laws still need to be put in place for government to actually accumulate cryptocurrency. But, seizing it, I guess, is the first step. Not selling it is the first step, right? Keep it. Make sure you're safeguarding the future of America, because we know crypto prices, crypto values are going to explode in the coming years. And for more information on where I think the market's going to go, because I think, it is a bit of a double-edged sword. Are we going to see real-world utility being tacked onto this bull run? I mean, we're going to have the liquidity in the market. Or is this going to be another 4-year cycle? And because government drags their feet, it could take another 1, 2, 3 years. Follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for my insight on how I'm treating this particular bull run. You can see the link is on the screen there. Anyway, wanted to thank Paul Barron, and wanted to thank Digital Asset Investor, and of course, Chris Giancarlo for posting that. Now, the Wrath of Kahneman guys posting this. A Ripple partner, namely 2C2P, was just granted a major payment institutional license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. And for those of you guys who do not remember, this was from back in 2020. 2C2P partners with Neum and Ripple to expand remittance services in Southeast Asia. So back then, Southeast Asia-based leader 2C2P announced today the expansion of their regional remittance platform. So this is the easy to send platform to include new real-time corridors from Thailand to Singapore. And guys, this was also in collaboration with Ripple partner Neum, a global fintech infrastructural platform, and Ripple, the enterprise blockchain solution for global payments. This combination of expertise will enable Thais and Singaporeans to experience a convenient, affordable, secure, and instant money transfer service from Thailand to Singapore. And again, that was back in 2020. Well, guys, today, 2C2P has now secured a major payment institution license in Singapore. So this is the next step. Payments platform 2C2P has secured a major payment institution license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This license authorizes 2C2P to offer an expanded suite of payment services to businesses in Singapore, including domestic and cross-border money transfers. The license also allows the firm to offer merchant acquisition services. Since its inception in 2003, 2C2P has been operating in Southeast Asia's payment industry. In 2022, the company became part of Ant International, so that's Antum, a provider of merchant payment and digitization services. But now, guys, they're getting that official license. And again, they are a Ripple partner. One of the CEOs, one of the country's managers, Agnes Chua, she did say, "We are excited to build upon our existing payment offerings to provide a more comprehensive payment coverage for our merchants in Singapore and across Southeast Asia through partnering with Antum as well as local and regional financial institutions." She goes on to say, "By leveraging the combined local expertise and world-class technologies of Antum and 2C2P, we aim to empower businesses of all sizes to provide a trusted and seamless payment experience for customers anywhere, anytime." And guys, this has been now the trend, right? As we're seeing crypto adoption continue to ramp up, these countries are, they were doing their own thing in the past, and I think the rails were pretty limited at that time. But now that we have U.S. adoption on the table, now that we have U.S. legislation occurring kind of simultaneously, these guys, the smaller companies, they now have to get up to that higher standard so that they can do global business. And this is why we're probably going to hear a lot of these companies saying that they're securing licenses worldwide. So Ripple partner 2C2P, one of the first ones in Singapore, wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Guys, I also happen to see this with regards to Ripple partner Airwallex. Pipe has now tapped Airwallex to power same-day payouts. So boom goes the dynamite, another company tapping a Ripple partner. Global trading platform and recurring revenue streams Pipe has selected global commercial payments platform and financial platform Airwallex to help Pipe grow globally. The partnership enables Pipe to tap into Airwallex's tools for delivering same-day and next-day payouts to small businesses that rely on accessing working capital quickly. Combining Airwallex's extensive international coverage with Pipe's local payment rails will help Pipe scale its platform globally while ensuring its clients enjoy seamless, localized financial experiences. Pipe was founded in 2019 to provide businesses with access to working capital and financial tools. The company helps business owners who want to have the option of launching in multiple markets, saving them the hassle of selecting different partners and infrastructure providers. So Pipe is, like all these other companies, looking to grow. And our goal at Pipe, this is a quote, "Our goal at Pipe is to enable software platforms that are serving SMBs to unlock revenue potential through embedded financial tools, no matter where they operate," said Pipe CEO Luke Boyles. With its broad global coverage and deep product capabilities, Airwallex gave us the support to launch in our own international market in weeks, not months. So obviously that integration, the XRP Ledger integration helps speed that up. And so he says that speed and scale are critical for us as we look to expand our global footprint. So here we go, another instance where Airwallex is helping another company, in this case Pipe, to power same-day payouts efficiently and effectively. So great news there. Also happen to see this, guys. This is the big one. Linklogis did just announce that they are running on the XRP Ledger. This courtesy of Bank XRP. XRP secures a major victory in China. Linklogis, a leading fintech giant, is integrating its trillion-dollar supply chain finance platform with the XRP Ledger. This is enabling real-world asset tokenization, global payments, and trade finance on the XRP Ledger. So this is more than just remittances, guys. This is more than just payment rails. This is real-world asset tokenization in China. Guys, I decided to take it to Google to ask how much value is actually in China. China's total wealth is vast, but complex to summarize. It says here, with its nominal GDP for 2025 estimated at around $19 trillion, second only to the United States. So you got to think this is the second largest economy in the world. As early as 2025, China held the world's second largest financial assets, which was about 17.9 trillion in 2021, and its household financial assets alone totaled approximately 149 trillion. So that's about $20 trillion US dollars as of 2023. China also invests heavily overseas, with its total overseas investments approaching $2.4 trillion since 2005. So there are a bunch of different numbers here that we can take into consideration, but you got to think it is in the trillions. Now we're seeing tokenization perhaps moving to the forefront in China on the XRP Ledger. So Shenzhen-based fintech firm Linklogis, they've just entered into a strategic partnership with the XRP Ledger to develop digital supply chain financial applications. Under the agreement, Linklogis will integrate its supply chain finance solutions with the XRPL mainnet. The company said that this will allow digital assets backed by trade flows to circulate more easily across borders, with settlement taking place on the distributed ledger. The partnership also includes plans to explore additional use cases, including stablecoins, smart contracts, trading of supply chain finance assets, and the application of artificial intelligence in blockchain-enabled trade finance. The announcement comes as financial institutions and technology firms increasingly look to collaborate on digital trade. So again, this is going to expand China's industry and China's economy. Linklogis recently partnered with Standard Chartered. So they're another. So that's interesting because they are one of the original VC funders of Ripple to launch SC Chain, a deep tier supply chain finance platform. In theory, digital systems such as these could reduce settlement times and increase transparency, though adoption at scale remains limited and subject to regulatory market challenges, so they're still waiting on that. Digital trade, though, including CBDCs and digital bills of exchange, will be the topic of a special session for this year's Working Capital Forum in Europe, founded in 2016, so it gives some detail on the history of Linklogis. But guys, they're looking to tokenize real-world assets, and considering how big the Chinese economy is, of course, they're not going to scale all at once. But I think once we do see more meaningful adoption, and once China also sees other countries deciding to adopt real-world asset tokenization, they'll probably want to jump on board even quicker. So Crypto Eddie also commenting, this is a licensed money transmitter. Okay, it's in the BIS project with Standard Chartered, as I mentioned. Added 244 core enterprise and financial institution clients to its supply chain fintech solutions. The total number of clients so far is about 1,352, and that's a 22% increase compared to 2024. The company has helped over 380,000 small and medium-sized enterprises. That is huge. That's a huge number. On August the 26th, it was worth about 203.6 billion renminbi, so that's the Chinese yuan. And proactively, they're laying out the global supply chain financial applications and scenarios based on compliant stablecoins. So it is a big stablecoin provider too. But guys, there's also another connection here. Linklogis joins Amazon Seller Central Partner Network. This was back from 2021. And so apparently they're working with Amazon. Amazon is another partner of Ripple, accessible from Seller Central. The Amazon Seller Central Partner Network features applications, service solutions, and covers a range of functionality across the selling lifecycle. After being authorized by sellers online, Linklogis can access the seller store sales data to help the seller complete the export transaction information declaration, cross-border foreign exchange collection, and settlement declaration, and analyze the store operation status based on the store's historical sales data. Linklogis also provides sellers supply chain finance services in all cycles cycles from domestic procurement to overseas sales. And guys, this is now all going to be happening on the XRP Ledger. Just for reference, I wanted to bring you guys this webpage here. This is from Amazon.com, aws.amazon.com. And this is where they profiled Ripple's XCurrent, XRapid, and XVIA way back in the day. So we do know there is a connection to Amazon and Ripple as well. And considering Linklogis is running on the XRP Ledger, I think this connection is only going to strengthen. So real-world utility, guys, is happening all over the world. I mean, we might not see it at scale. And this is the thing. Even in this article, it said scale might take a little longer. Where did it say it there? I just want to point this out because I think it is important. Oh yeah, it says here, in theory, digital systems such as these could reduce settlement times and increase transparency, though adoption at scale remains limited and subject to regulatory and market challenges. So to that point, you know, we're hoping this scales up very fast and we're hoping we will see the real world adoption, but that may not happen. And this is why I started the Patreon for more information on where I think the market's going to go. Are we going to see the real world adoption? Are we going to see all these companies scale all at once? Or is it going to take time? Remember, I round tripped my XRP in 2021 and I'm not going to do that again. So if we do see meaningful targets, I'm going to be cashing out of some of my XRP. Of course, I'm going to be holding some for the long term. But for all that information, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I am also going to be holding a live Q&A this weekend. So for the Patreon subscribers only, live Q&A event, check it out. And for those of you guys who may be interested in some Working Money Channel merch, I got the Working Money Channel merch store. Link is in the description of the video, and I'm still offering 15% off until the end of the month. So check it out. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.